Welcome to your SS1 Geography revision lesson. This final lesson of the year brings together all the major topics you have studied across 3 terms and gives you practice with the types of questions that appear in WAEC and NECO examinations. Mastering these topics will set you up well for SS2 and ultimately for your WAEC examination in SS3. In Term 1 we studied the solar system, where Earth orbits the Sun at about 150 million kilometers, rotating on its axis every 24 hours and orbiting the Sun in 365.25 days. The tilt of Earth's axis at 23.5 degrees causes the seasons. Latitude and longitude form the grid reference system. Latitude runs east-west and measures north-south position. Longitude runs north-south and measures east-west position. The prime meridian at 0 degrees runs through Greenwich, London. Nigeria lies roughly between 3 and 15 degrees east longitude and 4 and 14 degrees north latitude. We studied the 3 types of rocks: igneous rocks formed by cooling magma such as granite and basalt, sedimentary rocks formed by deposition of particles such as limestone, sandstone, and shale, and metamorphic rocks formed by heat and pressure such as marble, quartzite, and slate. The rock cycle links these 3 types. Weathering is the in-place breakdown of rocks, physical such as freeze-thaw, chemical such as carbonation and hydrolysis, and biological such as tree roots and burrowing animals. Erosion is the transport of weathered material by water, wind, ice, or waves. Major landforms include V-shaped river valleys, meanders, oxbow lakes, deltas, and floodplains. In Term 2 we studied the atmosphere, which is composed of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and trace gases including carbon dioxide at 0.04%. The 5 layers are the troposphere where weather occurs, stratosphere with the ozone layer, mesosphere where meteors burn, thermosphere with the ionosphere, and exosphere where satellites orbit. We distinguished between weather, short-term conditions, and climate, long-term averages. Elements of climate include temperature, rainfall, humidity, pressure, wind, cloud cover, and sunshine. Controls of climate are latitude, altitude, prevailing winds, ocean currents, continentality, relief, and vegetation. Nigeria has 4 main climate zones running from south to north: equatorial with over 2,000 mm per year and 2 wet seasons, tropical monsoon with 1 distinct dry season, tropical savanna with a longer dry season, Sudan to Sahel with less than 500 mm and unreliable rainfall. The ITCZ drives these zones. Nigeria vegetation zones include mangrove swamp, tropical rainforest, derived savanna, Guinea savanna, Sudan savanna, and Sahel scrub. Less than 10% of original rainforest remains. Population distribution is uneven, with Lagos, Southeast states, and Kano densely populated and the Northeast sparse. Population density formula: density equals population divided by area in square kilometers. Settlements are classified as rural or urban, with patterns of nucleated, dispersed, or linear. In Term 3 we studied Nigeria economic geography. Agriculture employs 70% of Nigerians and contributes 25% of GDP. Types of farming include subsistence, commercial, and mixed. Key crops by region: cocoa, oil palm, rubber, cassava, yam in the south, groundnuts, cotton, sorghum, millet in the north. Nigeria is the world's largest yam producer and 4th largest cocoa producer. Agricultural challenges include land fragmentation, lack of capital, poor infrastructure, and climate change. Petroleum was discovered at Oloibiri in 1956 and now provides 90% of export earnings. Nigeria has 4 main dams for hydropower: Kainji, Shiroro, Jeba, and the planned Mambila. The electricity crisis means Nigeria generates only about 4,000 megawatts for 220 million people. Industry is concentrated in Lagos, over 50% of manufacturing, Kano for textiles now declining, and Port Harcourt for oil. Road transport carries 90% of freight. Railways are being revived with new Chinese-built standard gauge lines. Nigeria has 6 international airports and major seaports at Lagos and Port Harcourt. Now let us practice WAEC-style objective questions. Question 1. The layer of the atmosphere in which all weather occurs is the A. Stratosphere, B. Mesosphere, C. Troposphere, D. Thermosphere. The correct answer is C. Troposphere. Question 2. Which of the following is a control of climate? A. Thermometer, B. Altitude, C. Rain gauge, D. Anemometer. The correct answer is B. Altitude. Question 3. The formula for population density is A. Area divided by population, B. Population divided by area, C. Birth rate minus death rate, D. Total births divided by 1000. The correct answer is B. Population divided by area. Question 4. Which dam is located on the Niger River in Niger State? A. Shiroro, B. Kainji, C. Mambila, D. Jeba. Both B and D, Kainji and Jeba, are on the Niger River in Niger State, while Shiroro is on the Kaduna River. If only one answer is required, Kainji is the standard answer. Question 5. The major oil-producing region of Nigeria is A. The Jos Plateau, B. The Middle Belt, C. The Niger Delta, D. The Sokoto Basin. The correct answer is C. The Niger Delta. For WAEC essay questions in geography, you will need to write structured answers with diagrams where appropriate. A typical question: describe the climate of Nigeria, with reference to the factors that control it. A good answer would define climate as the average weather conditions of a place over 30 years, identify Nigeria's main climate zones from south to north with rainfall figures, explain the role of the ITCZ, name and explain the controls, latitude, altitude, prevailing winds, ocean currents, continentality, and relief, give specific Nigerian examples for each control, and include a labeled sketch map showing climate zones. Another common essay question: discuss the problems facing agriculture in Nigeria and suggest solutions. Your answer should identify and explain at least 5 problems with specific examples, suggest specific, realistic solutions for each problem, where possible, name actual Nigerian government programs addressing these problems, and write clearly with correct geographical terminology. As you prepare for your examinations, remember these key tips. Learn all the definitions: weather versus climate, site versus situation, population density formula, rock cycle, types of farming. Practice drawing and labeling maps of Nigeria showing climate zones, vegetation zones, major cities, rivers, dams, and mineral deposits. Learn the key statistics: Nigeria population over 220 million, petroleum discovered 1956, 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen in the atmosphere, Kainji Dam capacity 760 megawatts, less than 10% of rainforest remaining. Connect physical geography with human geography. Understand how climate determines vegetation, which determines agricultural activities, which influences population distribution and settlement patterns. Use past WAEC questions for practice. They follow predictable patterns. Well done on completing SS1 Geography. In SS2, you will go deeper into map reading, geomorphology, human geography, and regional geography of Africa and the world.